In Minecraft Skyblock, there is a world for caving. There are different areas within the caving world that you have to unlock to keep progressing and getting better ores. So we're going to see how far I get. Also, if you are a part of the 90% of people that watch my content and are not subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you did. With all of that out of the way, let's hop right into this. So in order to enter the cave, we have to do a specific command, and anyone can do this. We go ahead and do cave enter. There is a ton of other things we have to go over, and I don't even know too much about this cave that we're going to be entering. But either way, let's hop right into it. Let's go ahead, type the command, and here we are. We are in the cave. Oh my gosh. Let's put on our armor just in case. So if we go ahead and talk to this NPC, unlock this block in the mastery snake. Every ore in this area becomes this block while focused. Okay, so I'm noticing that there is coal on the ground, so I think once we get it in our mastery snake, then it'll turn to coal blocks, which is interesting, but we can go ahead and just start mining. And of course, we could go ahead and get an enchant on our boots if we have enough shards, which I don't know if we will. Oh, we do. 60,000 for Sprinter 3. That gives us speed 3, so when we're mining, we can run quicker. Definitely a good investment. Okay, so this is supposed to upgrade your mastery snake, and it also gets you in the mastery. If we go back to the upgrades, you get the coal upgraded ore mastery, so you get the points in here to invest in. That's really good to know. And the real question is, do we get XP and shards? Oh, we do. Okay, that is good to know. And we also do uncover random things. We got a common seed bag, which is used for making farms on our island, and it's for sugarcane. That will be going in our PV2. But apparently there's more locations. There's the Copper Rise Tunnel. Can we even fly in here? I don't even know if we can. I don't think you can, even though it says you can enable it. I think you actually have to just run around, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, that makes this more interesting. Oh my gosh, look at this whole area. These are some insane builds here, but if we go close to it, we actually get blocked off. We can't enter here until we get copper, I'm guessing, so we're kind of locked out. We're gonna go back to the start here, and what we do want to do is do cave menu, 2 different words, and we are here in the cave menu. So currently in zone Rust Wash, we're trying to unlock the coal block, which is interesting. Core bank, which I'm assuming is where all the ores will go. There's a lot we have to learn here. We got robots as well for the cave core upgrades, and then we have resonance, which I don't really know what this does either. Oh my gosh, there's so much to look into. So where did all our ores go? We got currently 1 enchanted coal, which is interesting, but I want to know where we actually put all our other ores in. Okay, so if we do cave backpack or click the backpack itself here, it goes here, and then it puts the ores in here, and every 576 will turn it into an enchanted, which goes into the core bank. And then apparently we can convert one of these into this lattice. I don't know if I said that right, but either way, this is very complicated, but it's kind of interesting. And apparently you can upgrade the core bank, which is basically mirroring the upgrades of a CBU, the collection box unit on our island. So the prices are the same, and of course the capacity is the same as the CBU. Oh, and apparently the robots can actually be put into the cave. So I've been saving up a ton of robots from my milestones, and we have a ton of mining ones here. If we go ahead and do the cave backpack or the cave menu, go to robots, click on, I think, a robot egg. How do we use it? Oh, we right click it on the ground. Okay, now it should be in here. We have a netherite cave miner. We can put charms on it, which is interesting. We can assign it to a different area. So currently we are at the Rust Wash, and we're gonna make about 675 enchanted coal every 24 hours. That is crazy. There is also upgrades on these that you can upgrade, which is basically just the same ones as a upgradable robot. And then you can put some of the charms that you put on your island, but actually in here instead. That is good to know that those charms are no longer kind of useless. They are actually put to use now. So we are going to go ahead and try and make a Interstellar miner robot. If we don't get the right one, we can use a job token that we have here. We have 3 of them. We're going to do /factory, put every single one of each type of the robots in, wait an hour, and then we should get one of the 3 types, but a Interstellar, which we are going to put inside our cave so we can actually make a lot of progress on it. I'm definitely gonna have to read the changelog on exactly what this core bank is and what this does, because I have no clue what it does. And I did notice we're getting a lot of seashells, way more than I was getting on my island in my cobblestone generator. We're getting almost double, which we have 100,000, and they did actually up the amount since the event is kind of over. The summer shop is still available, so we're gonna buy a automation crate. We're gonna go on the auction, and as you can see, people put them up here for like 50 coins. We're gonna put one up for 50 coins as well. That is the premium currency currency on the server, and you can get it by quite literally just playing the game and doing milestones. It's very easy to get. So I guess what I'm going to do with the mastery points that we keep getting is investing in the XP boost until we max it out on the coal section. And now that I'm thinking about it, we're actually going to go ahead, rebalance all our masteries, because I have a ton in cobblestone. We have 666. That is a crazy number, but we have that many, and we can put that all into the XP boost. That's what we're going to buy on each one of these. We're going to get the coal boost up, and then what else can we get here? Oh, we can get the enchanted drop bonus. We'll get that up on the coal for the time being. We'll get one of each, so only 5 points in each. And I think for now we'll hold on to the 106 extra points, because I don't really know if I want to spend it into the coal anymore. It doesn't feel like it's a good investment to do that once we have most of the things maxed out that we need. Also, we are trying to max out shard collector on our pickaxe, which is 150, and we're only at 95. So we need to put on a booster. Let's do that really quickly. Okay, we got 3006 seashells from one go. That is crazy. And a good thing about the cave, I just noticed, if you do your milestones here, you don't have to use a cobblestone generator, which is a huge improvement on quality of life. So far, I'm loving this, but we need to definitely get our tier up on this. So what I might do is go ahead and start going through my mastery snake. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the llamas done. I'll just do that all off camera because the main premise of this video is to go over the cave. So we're just gonna do the progress that needs to be done to keep improving our cave off camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a lot of that until I learn more about the cave and get that progress going. So I will give an update here in a moment. So it is the next day, and I have gathered a lot more information about the cave, and we do have some robots, the Interstellar ones. So the first one I got was a grinder. I combined more, and I got a farmer, which we are going to use a job token, and we're actually going to put these 3 in. I don't know if the one we put in previously will work or not, because it's a different GUI here, or menu thing, but we're going to test the theory and see if it works. I think it will, just based off of it putting in there already, and there we go. So now we have to wait an hour, and we'll get a third Interstellar, and that one will be used for something different potentially, unless it's a miner. But we're gonna go ahead and put this on here, select the mining, and we're gonna go ahead, do cave enter, and I do want a preference. I figured out how to get to the next areas. There is a blocks mined requirement, so we're on the second area currently with lapis, and of course the coal ores. I'll explain how we unlock those here in a moment, but we're gonna go ahead, place this guy in, go into our cave menu, and we should have a Interstellar here selected on copper rise, which is the current one we're in for our room. So we'll get a lot more lapis and coal. And the thing is, you don't have to actually progress in your mastery snake unless you want the block version of the ores. So if I do /ms, if we do our mastery snake and get that up, we can progress in that. So I decided not to do it. I did get a llama spawner, but I didn't actually kill any. As you can see, yeah, we need to get our mastery snake up for these. I don't really care too much for that right now. So we're gonna backtrack on that. We're not gonna be doing our mastery snake. But if we do cave unlock, and then you can actually type the tier you want. So the next one we have is Redline. So it goes Copperized, then Redline. I don't know what's after Redline, and I don't know if we can already unlock it. I think it's Nether Wash. No, it's Deep Signal, and we need 10,000 ores broken. So I believe it's every new mine you go to, you have to mine 10,000 ores or so in that mine. So we're gonna run over to the Redline area now. Let's go over here. And if you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to leave a like. I'd appreciate it a ton. Also, my pickaxe is now at shard collector 150. So we're gonna see if this old method works where you put these slips on the pickaxe itself and it gives it an extra level past the enchant limit, which it does. As you can see, we have 151, and if we go in the enchant menu, now we have over the amount, which is a really smart strategy to get even more shards. So we have 4 levels over. Lovely stuff right there. Slowly making our way to Redline, and here we are, the Redline mine. What do we have in here? I think it's gold, maybe? No, copper. I was seeing all the gold and stuff, and I thought it was gold. But yeah, this mine looks really cool. We got copper and lapis, so it's no longer coal, which is good. I've also been going into my mastery and going to the upgrades. I've been putting all my points into the ores that we're currently working on. We have coal currently done with, I believe. Yeah, in the XP bonus, and then we have 1 enchanted drop, so let's take a look at lapis. Got 1 enchanted drop, and we're still getting XP boost. We're gonna actually invest most of our points right now into copper, so we can actually get some benefits from this. We're not gonna do the enchanted drop yet. We're gonna actually go XP bonus, because it's even better. It goes up on how much it gives you, the higher the ore tier you're going up on. And when mining in here, I do highly recommend using the click toggle toggle, or the attack/destroy and setting it to toggle instead of hold, so you can just press the button once and it mines unless you open a GUI. It's just so convenient. And a good thing is, if you run into the lava here, you're not actually going to die. There's no mobs. I thought there would be mobs in the cave, but apparently I was wrong, but that's good to know. And I did find out on the second tier, which was Copperized, there is like a perfect path that you can actually take and then do a rotation and go backwards. That essentially gets you a ton of seashells. I was getting every minute about 5,000, which was insane. So if you look at our seashell balance, we now have 300,000, which is absolutely absurd. But all of our XP, since we're done with Shard Collector, is going to go into something different. And I did want to also mention about Shard Collector. It only works on your island, so I didn't have to really upgrade that, but it's good to have it upgraded because I think there's an enchant that works, like Shard Splitter. Chance to gain shards while mining ores in cave. As you can see, it says Shard Collectors for your island, so you don't need it unless you're mining in a cobblestone generator, which is still good. It's just if you want to do cave, you need Shard Splitter. So we're going to go into Shard Splitter in a bit. I do want to get Key Finder, perhaps, maybe 1 level. We need 25,000 XP. So to make sure we get that, we are going to go into our boosters and activate a booster. We don't have many left because I've been using a ton. When mining in here, it took a lot of grinding to get all the way up to Shard Collector maxed out. But if we go ahead and type that command to unlock the deep signal, yeah, we already have 1,000 blocks mined already, and I haven't been like consistently mining. And a good thing is, if you do farm on your island at all, the amount of seed bags you get from this area is insane. The cave gives so many, to the point where I actually have been combining them, and I have a strategical strategy for these. So whenever you have a common tier, if it's a higher tier than your current one, so let's say we have pumpkin, let's find it. Okay, so we have uncommon, but the point is, if this was a common, you would drag that onto the uncommon to transfer it to an uncommon, which basically expands the reach of how far the crops will expand out when using the seed bag. So you always want to prioritize the top tier as what's going to be underneath when you drag onto that. So if it's always common, just put that on your highest tier. That is basically my advice. Okay, so here's an example. We have uncommon on our sweetberry bush. We can put it on top of here, so now it's epic, and it stacks the amount in. So there, that's a better example. So if I'm going to be honest about this mine, it doesn't look too promising on how many seashells you can make consistently, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. We're still gonna get through this mine and get to the deep signal mine. All right, we go ahead and get the key finder enchant. These will give grind keys, which are okay. They're not like a top tier key, but they're good for the purpose of if you use battle pass and you need to open crates. They're decent. The pet cookies and the robots are actually the best thing in these, if anything. So I highly recommend even just getting 1 level of the enchant and calling it a day, just so you have that chance of getting some keys. But I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and get us to deep signal mine, or at least to the point where we can unlock it. So let's get that going. So if I go ahead and type the command, we are almost there. We're less than 1,000 ores mined away. I did also ask in chat what a specific resource is, the lattice, what it actually does. So if you go into cave menu and go to the core bank, you can convert all these into specific types of lattice, the base amount or the frontier, and then you spend that in the cave shop. You either convert them all over or you withdraw them to sell for money the enchanted ores, but if you convert them, you can spend all the points that you make into specific shops here that are actually pretty decent. As you can see, you can get a lot of good items in here. I think the best things are like quite literally the upgrade slips, if anything, but I could be wrong. It's kind of dependent on what you want at any point in time from using the cave system. But we're gonna go ahead and get the last little bit here done, and I didn't even notice there was iron in here for a while. I just kind of blanked and didn't even notice, which we are gonna go ahead, enchant our pickaxe, go to Shard Splitter. I think that's kind of what I want to do. I'm just gonna look over these. Yeah, we're just gonna work on Shard Splitter. I think that's the best option because we need to start making shards from the cave. We're at 248,000. We should start making them way quicker. All right, if I mine a little bit longer here, we should have enough to go ahead and upgrade to deep signal. Oh, we need shards. We need 350,000. So the economy is getting to the point where shards are kind of easy to get. I'm gonna buy for 75 coins off of this player. We're gonna buy 2 million shards. This will come in handy for progressing in the cave, and the coins will get back pretty easily. Let's type it again, and there we go. We got deep signal. Let's go and run on over there. So we're here at the new mine, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of ores, but also not really in the center. But we now have diamonds and gold and copper, which is pretty decent. So we're gonna get 10,000 more of these mined, and then we're gonna move on to the next location known as the Nether Wash. So let's get this done. Alright, so if we go ahead and do /factory, we have another Interstellar, and it was a miner this time. So we're gonna go ahead and go into island upgrade, because we're limited to 1 robot per island that you're on by default. And turns out we have to farm 10,000 crops on our island in order to get 4 of a different type of robot. Turns out we will not be placing this anytime soon, but at least we have it for when we are ready to use it. But we are less than 100 ores away to unlock Nether Wash. Let's go ahead and do it. So after doing the command and hitting 10,000 blocks mined to reach Nether Wash, if we look here, it says claim the Vein Mastery Bundle first. So if we go into our Mastery Snake, we have to actually be able to mine a ton of ores on our island, complete this bundle in order to keep moving forward, which is kind of unfortunate because this video has already been long enough and I was hoping we could hit Nether Wash, but I think we'll save that for next video where we're gonna go through Nether Wash and then we're gonna go to Crown Reef, because we have to get Nether Wash, of course, first. But that being said, I think we'll call it here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.